Yo, it's Momo coming to you with another video. Today's video is going to be a request video, and the request is coming from Willie Tham. He's asked me to make some cool Town Hall 8 attack videos and just how to get some good 3-star raids down on Town Hall 8s. So I've gone through 4 different attack strategies, and my feeder clan has also asked if I could make a video on Town Hall 8 guide to getting 3 stars in war. So these are some very good strategies that you can use to get 3 stars in your war attacks, and they're not too hard to get. It's very simple. I mean, it's only Town Hall 8. The very first one we're going to start off with is one of my favorites. It's the Dragon Raid. Now the reason why I'm showing you the Dragon Raid, even though a lot of people don't do it anymore with all these new hybrid attacks, is because when you come into a new Town Hall 8, one of the key troops you're going to have is level 2 dragons, and if you have enough loot saved up, you want to get those dragons upgraded to level 3 as soon as possible, and then you can start doing these dragon raids as soon as possible. Also, you're not going to have level 5 lightning spells in the beginning of Town Hall 8, obviously, but this raid can also work with just 3 lightning spells and no raid spells. If you get your funnel done perfectly, the raid spell does help, but you can still manage to do it without a raid spell. Now, once you've got level 3 dragons and level 5 lightning spells, you want to use an earthquake spell in your clan castle along with the along with the poison spell in your normal spell composition, just so you can get through bases much faster. Now, this is a pretty good anti-3-star anti-air raid base. As you can see, air defenses are centralized. The air defenses are quite far from the air sweeper, and also there's the base looks like it's designed so the dragons go around the base. Now, how to know which base you should use a dragon raid on? Well, you can use a dragon raid on any base as long as you know how to funnel and make sure your dragons go into the center of the base. But the key thing is you want to eliminate one of the air defenses from the beginning of the raid. That way you can focus on coming from one side of the base and getting to those 2 remaining air defenses. That's why you've got the raid spell and 4 balloons in your clan castle. Now you can do a drag-loon combo where you bring 4 additional balloons instead of a dragon, and that can help you get to the second air defense if one of those air defenses are in a really awkward spot. But I just like to bring 10 dragons and save 1 dragon in case I need to use it later when I think the dragons won't get to this last air defense. So there I've put my lightning spells down. Now you want to create a very wide funnel, so you put your dragons quite far apart from each other, just so they can focus on going around the base while the rest of the dragons focus on going into the base. Now you can get your Barbarian King to also help with this and make sure the Barbarian King will go around the outside layer of the walls, obviously, and then the rest of your dragons will focus on coming into the base. Now you want to spread your dragons from outwards to inwards. That way the dragons can come closer together when they're in the center of the base, and when you use the raid spell you can get all of your dragons like I just did over there, along with your balloons in the raid spell as well. Now see over here guys, this air defense is in a really awkward spot. This gold storage has managed to distract 2 of my dragons here, and that air defense will get rid of one of them quite quickly. Now this is where the dragon that I've been saving, this is where I put it down. I put it in a spot where I know it can get to the air defense, and by that time this gold storage will be taken down by these 2 dragons, which will obviously split in the way they're faced. One of them will go to the cannon, and the one that's been targeted by the air defense will come into the air defense, but by that time it will die off. But this other dragon that's coming in will save the day and get rid of that air defense. So there you have it guys. Just like I said, that dragon's gonna go down now. The dragon split, but that other dragon kills off that last air defense, and once all the air defenses are gone, you're pretty much safe. And all you got to worry about is the remaining arch towers, but usually those arch towers, even when they're level 10 max Town Hall 8 arch towers, they do very minimal damage. It takes quite a long time for those arch towers to actually kill a dragon, so you have plenty of time for your other dragons to come and help as reinforcements. So there you have it, guys. That's a dragon raid. Hope you like that. I recommend it's one of the key Town Hall 8 raid strategies for war that you should learn, especially when you're in the beginning stages of a Town Hall 8, when you're a new Town Hall 8. And then the second one you want to focus on is the GoHo raid. The reason why I say GoHo raid is because you can unlock your golems pretty quickly, because elixir loot is quite easy to get, and then also hogs aren't too expensive, so it's pretty easy to upgrade them as well. Now this, as you can see, is a pretty good Town Hall 8 base as well. It's got max defenses. There's possible double giant spot areas over there, and also the clan castle is centralized. Now, clan castle being centralized makes it difficult because hogs can't target any sort of troops besides building units, and especially defensive building units for that matter. So that's why you want to come in with 2 golems to tank for your wizards, while you make sure your wizards are being funneled in towards the center so once the golem triggers the enemy clan castle and lures them out, you place your double poisons spells to slow them down while your wizards walk in and kill them off. So there you go, guys. You only need 4 wall breakers to open the first layer of wall, because you're going to use hogs, and hogs don't need wall breakers to get through the walls because they're just going to jump over the walls, and there's no need for quad quake spells, because face it, you don't need to open a lot of the base. Like I said, the hogs just jump over the walls anyway. So you bring in your hogs surgically, or you just span them out so they can target 3 different building units at different times. And also you want to use your heal spells in places where there are potential single giant bombs. And also when you do place your heal spells, you place them in front of the hogs so they can run into it and use it for as long as possible, instead of putting it directly on them and then not getting much effect out of the heal spells for long periods. Also, you want to save 1 or 2 wizards just so they can clean up the trash ring. Just like over here, these buildings are way too far away from the hogs, and it would have taken a long time for them to get to those buildings by the time they got rid of all the other buildings. And yeah, so that's why you always save 1 or 2 wizards so they can clean the other side of the trash ring for you. Also, as you saw before, there was skeleton traps. If you actually manage to save on your poison spells, that can help you a lot with skeleton traps, because skeleton traps really kill off your hogs quickly if those hogs still have to go for other defensive buildings, and yeah, it can really drain your hogs. So that was the GoHo raid. As you saw, very good attack strategy, gets the 3 stars very quickly as well, and it's one of those really good Town Hall 8 attacks which can be used against max Town Hall 8s. Now the third one I'm going to show you is a GoVaHo, and a GoVaHo, I've got 2 different replays for you to show, for you to see. One of it is, and the only difference between is what you bring in your clan castle. Now you can bring extra hogs in your clan castle or extra Valks. It doesn't matter as long as you don't change the army composition. And as you can see, the army composition stays the same. It's literally just changing what you bring in your clan castle. Now, the way to know which ones to bring is all up to you. If you're a hogs guy, you bring max hogs in your clan castle because you can control your hogs better. But if you're a Valkyrie guy, then you bring your Valkyries in your clan castle because you just know how to control your Valkyries more. Additionally, both of them do the same result. It gets you the 3 stars, so it really doesn't matter which one you use. It's just whichever one you prefer. Now, as you can see, this is a really good Town Hall 8, max Town Hall 8 anti 3-star base. I've seen this a couple of times in war as well. Works really well. It's an anti-air base as well. Now, this base wouldn't be ideal for a dragon raid because look how far apart these air defenses are. It's going to take you a long time to get to both defenses. Even if you've used lightning spell on one, this air sweeper is in a direction where it's really hard for you you to get to the other two air defenses. Even if you come in from this side, you might think you'll be able to get to these two air defenses, but they'll be distracted, and by the time they get near the air defenses, these wizard towers, and I'm guessing there's going to be like air bombs and air mines over here along with Teslas to distract those dragons and kill them off. But anyway, we're doing the GoVaHo raid, so you want to place your quad quake spell close to the enemy clan castle, and you want to attack from the side where the clan castle troop is. So just like the GoHo raid, you want to lure these enemy clan castle troops out with your golems and kill them off with your wizards in your funnel, and wait and try and be patient with your Valkyries in case there are aerial troops in that clan castle, because Valkyries can't target aerial troops and they will just be going to waste. Now, as you can see, there are no clan castles, so I've just dropped in all my Valkyries, and you want to use one heal spell on your Valkyries to keep them alive, just so they can get to the center of the base, get through the Barbarian King and also maybe the Town Hall, and then you save your other heal spell for your hogs, which you bring in surgically. And as you can see, bringing them in surgically works really well. Only 3 of them got affected by that single giant bomb, and now you can focus on saving your heal spell, and when you do save your heal spell, you can put them in another area where again there's a potential single giant bomb spot, and then once all those giant bomb spots are gone, basically there are nothing that will slow down your hogs, and then you can really get through the base in no time. Again, there was one more giant bomb spot which the Valkyrie was too slow to get to, but still I have a couple of hogs left, and those other Valkyries that have wandered off has gone around the base. And mind you, I've dropped in again 2 wizards on the top of the base, which was where the buildings were furthest away from all my other troops, and that will help me save some time in cleaning up the trash ring. My Barbarian King, I didn't have to use his ability, he was full health the whole time, so GoVaHo works really well. So that was the GoVaHo with the max Valks in the clan castle, and I'm just going to show you a GoVaHo with extra hogs in the clan castle, and you're going to see it literally does the same thing, same effect. It's just your preference. So again, guys, another entry 3-star base. Also, he's turned this into a Town Hall 8 Dark Elixir farming base, which is pretty cool. But still, anti-air base as well. As you can see, air defenses are centralized. Very good placement of the air sweeper. Very hard for those dragons if you're coming in from behind the air sweeper, especially to get to those air defenses. So that's how you know when you can't get to these air defenses with ease. That's when you know you don't want to use an air attack and you want to try and focus on more ground attacks. But again, like I said, guys, you want to put your quad earthquake spells in an area where you can come in close to the clan castle. Now, when you're placing your earthquake spells, it's very nice to zoom into the base like this. That way you can pinpoint where you're dropping the earthquake spells, and you can open up maximum amount of walls. Now, as you can see, I've actually opened up 6 different compartments, or 5 different compartments of and that's going to save a lot of time for my Valkyries and my wizards when they're going in. Instead of attacking the walls, they'll just go into the base without being slowed down. Now again, you bring in your golems to tank, then you drop in your Barbarian King and wizard and wall breakers when you know there's no defenses targeting them, and then once those clan castle troops are drawn out, which in this case they didn't have any, you drop in your Valkyries if there's no aerial troops to kill them off, and then you place your heal spell as soon as they get close to the center of the base, which usually where the Town Hall is or the Barbarian King is, and then you deploy your hogs from the side where the defenses are already distracted by, and you place them surgically so they can work through the base without having a lot of them go into early giant bomb spots. So there you have it, guys. You can see that I'm being very patient with my heal spell. I'm not using them at all. I've got plenty of hogs over there. They're still being saved there's no giant bomb spots, and I'm just saving that heal spell until the very end over here where there's a lot of defenses. And I just thought, they were getting a little bit low in health, so I thought I'd use it because the single giant bomb spots have all been pretty much taken care of and there is no more left. And now again, 1 or 2 wizards saved for the cleanup. I've put one on that side and one over here on this side. You want to put them down on sides where the main kill squad or where all your troops are furthest away from. That way they don't have to worry about the time limit at the end of the raid, which is sometimes a major concern, which will get you a 99% 2-star, which can be frustrating as hell. So there you go, guys. That was another GoVaHo raid. As you can see, this time I had more hogs in my clan castle, and those hogs were pretty good as well. Being very patient with the heal spell can help you a lot, because if you use your heal spells too early, then you're just gonna have your hogs die off near the end of the raid, and you might not get the 3-star. Now this is the final one, and this is the Mass Valk raid. Now why it's considered the final one is because you need to have level 2 Valkyries for it to work, because you're going to come in with 14 Valkyries, which is your main kill squad / the only troop you're going to be focused on keeping alive, because they're the ones that are going to destroy the whole base for you. You bring another 12 wizards obviously for funneling and killing off clan castle troops. Now in these raids I forgot to take poison spells, but usually you have to take poison spells for the clan castle troops, and you bring in extra hogs for your clan castle troops because you want to have that extra hand from your hogs just in case there's some couple of defenses that are targeting your Valkyries while your Valkyries are working on walls, and that way you can keep your hogs alive, your Valkyries alive for as long as possible, and they can get through the whole raid. So again, guys, with the Mass Valk raid, you can use it on any Town Hall 8 base, max Town Hall 8 bases. You want to make sure you come in from an area where, again, the clan castle troops are being lured out and killed off in case there are aerial troops in the clan castle, and you don't want them to target your Valkyries too early, because then your Valkyries will all go to waste. Now, I didn't really see the clan castle in this base, but then I placed one of my archers down just in case there was any, but I figured there won't be, so I just dropped in my Valkyries all down at once, and you can see that they're going through the center of the base now where the town hall is. Now you want to be very, very cautious on how you use your heal spell. You want to make sure your first heal spell is used near the town hall. That's where usually you're going to have a lot of Teslas popping out like a Tesla farm, and that's when you need your Valkyries to stay alive. Now, when you place your raid spell, you want to place it near the enemy clan castle troops or the enemy barbarian king, so they're not slowed down by those units, so your Valkyries can just work through the base really quickly. Now, as you saw, I bring those hogs in a bit too early, came in from the wrong side as well, but they still managed to get through a couple of those defensive units, and I've got plenty of Valkyries left over here. I think I've got about 8 Valkyries still alive. They're going to absolutely wreck the rest of the base, you can see that, and they're just getting through the walls quickly as well. Like I said, Valkyries are really good at, when they're all clumping together, one hit is pretty much like ×8, because there's a lot of them together and they're going to all target the same thing at once, and that's going to help you get through the walls really quickly. So there you go, guys. Hope you guys like that. That's my guide to using Town Hall 8 troops in war. You can clearly see these attack strategies work really well at getting 3 stars. Usually works well at not worrying about time limit as well. If you want to see those army compositions again, please screenshot it if you have a mobile phone device. So that's the 10 dragons air attack that I use for drag raids, and followed by the GoHo raid over here with, where is it over here? Yeah, there you go, 16 hogs and 5 additional hogs in clan castle with 2 golems, 13 wizards, 4 wall breakers, 3 heal spells and 2 poison spells. And then you have the 2 different versions of the GoVaHo, one with the 5 extra hogs in your clan castle, and the other one with 3 extra Valks in your clan castle. And your main focus will be obviously 2 golems, 8 wizards, 3 wall breakers, 7 Valkyries in total, and 14 hogs in total. And you can choose whichever one to bring in the clan castle. It doesn't matter, but as long as you have those troops the same, it will work. And you have 4 earthquake spells with 2 heal spells. And then lastly, the mass Valk raid. You need to have 14 Valkyries, 1 golem, 12 wizards, 2 archers, 4 wall breakers, and a heal spell. 2 heal spells, a rage spell, followed by 2 poison spells, which I didn't use, but you must use, and 5 additional hogs in your clan castle. So I hope you liked this video, guys. Like I said, I really like answering your questions and stuff in the comment section. So if you have any requests, please leave them and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I really don't mind doing these videos for you guys. I really enjoy doing these videos for you guys. So just always ask for more videos. I won't shy away from doing any kind of videos for you guys. As also, if you did like the video, please hit that like button and press subscribe for more videos. And until next time, guys, keep on clashing.